I can't hear you. Can you hear me? So weird. I don't know what's going on. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you? Okay, now I can hear you.
Well, it's your line. You start.
Oh, are we on?
Yes.
Oh.
We are live out on the world.
Well, I don't know. I caught completely. I'm Del Shores.
And I'm Emerson Collins, and you're watching the Dell and Emerson Show off to a roaring good start.
Straight talk.
Real gay. Hello, everybody.
Wow.
What happened? Did you get confused because you
No,
got
I didn't get confused. When you did the whole thing where our image came on, I went away and I never came back in.
Well, you left the whole StreamYard.
Well, I had to get back in.
Right.
It was because I was just sitting there and I don't know.
It's already live, just waiting for us to be here. Look at
I know it said we're waiting on you. We're waiting on you. I saw the comments, but I wasn't live. So I don't know. I don't know technical shit.
Once you're on the screen, that screen thing in front of you and up in the corner where it says live, we are out in the world. Hey, y'all.
Emerson, you don't understand. It said live, but it had our images, but not me. I never came into the room like you are, like we are now.
Right.
So something glitched.
But once it's live, it's live regardless of whether you're in the room or not. Does that make sense? Everybody's watching us.
Okay. All right.
We gonna do it?
Yeah, we are, but we have to go over this again sometime because I don't understand what happened. It's done fine the last 2 weeks, but
yeah,
when it says I'm hitting it and then I come in, I see myself. Today I did not see myself. It never happened.
Right. Well, we are here. Did everybody walk
now I'm here.
That makes sense to everybody else too?
So now I'm just like, okay. It's like, you know,
this show is free.
Obviously, we have no producer, we have no tech people. It's just us, and
we do that for your.
Really, just Emerson. I just show up, and if I don't come in, I don't know what the fuck to do.
That's right. And look, this time I've even made a set.
Look, I know you got that poinsettia and everything.
I got inspired by you. I was like, look, I a festive set.
Look, and I getting all these cards up. I mean, it's Christmas time. It's Christmas time, and we're stuck.
All right. Well, back to our regularly scheduled program. Welcome to the Dell and Emerson Show. What we do here is LGBTQ news and nonsense, whether you're watching us on Facebook, on YouTube, or on Periscope on Twitter, which Twitter is killing in March. So that will be the end of that. Please say hello, share the broadcast, tell us what's on your mind.
Wait a second, I didn't know this. You say Twitter's over?
No, Periscope, which is how the video goes out to Twitter. They're canceling it. They said we're tired of
saying, what is Trump going to do without Twitter, without a presidency or Twitter?
We would all be better off. Every one of us be better off if Twitter just didn't exist. Everyone. I know more people, I think more heart pills and mental health pills and stress pills and people needing to work out to get some endorphins are caused by Twitter than anything else on the entire internet.
Well, okay, that is a very strong opinion.
Do you know?
Okay, well, I don't know. Do I agree? If Twitter did not exist, I don't know what I would do for the third thing that I do in the morning after I, check all my email and then check my banking, and then I go to Twitter.
I can't decide whether it's strangers you don't know on Twitter that people get worked up about or family members you do know on Facebook, which is worse for all of our well-being.
Well, I have to say I've stopped doing a lot of Facebook engagement on my personal page because I just decided I don't want to know that part of you. If I know that part of you, I see you differently, and it's changed my opinion of people. And because there's some shit on Facebook.
Yeah. Of course, they say those are the people we're supposed to be talking to rather than the strangers, because the people we can influence are the people we know and love who make us crazy.
Yeah.
But at a certain point, you have to go, you know what? I'm not changing that. And so I can either engage or not. But beating your head against a brick wall just gives you a bloody forehead.
That's right. That's right. Amen. Amen. So
Well, y'all,
what's
it's been
what?
a day.
It's what?
Said it's been a day. We got
It's
Biden
been
finally won
2 days.
the
2 days.
Electoral College. He won
Yeah.
for the 40th or 50th time. Buttigieg is going to be in charge of transportation.
Well, is he going to drive people around? I don't know exactly what that job is. Or
I feel like from my time working as a Lyft driver, I am also qualified to be Secretary of Transportation.
I feel like you could, and you've taken a lot of minutes for the foundation. So you've got the secretary part down and the driving.
And the transportation.
You're probably more qualified than he is. I think
he has managed lots of projects. He does like projects. That's he spent so much of his campaign time talking about the sewers in South Bend. He loves like nitty gritty, not sexy projects to work on. And he will be, when confirmed, the first Senate confirmed LGBTQ cabinet level person ever. There's a lot of people
that we know of.
Yes, out. A lot of people online trying to say Richard Grinnell because the acting D&I position that he had is a cabinet level position, but he was not confirmed by the Senate. So that's the qualifier, the first confirmed.
Okay. Oh, good. Well, we don't want him to be anything. We just want him to go away. That's kind of what
the accuracy of that. It just cannot get rid. Oh, and what else? Oh, Georgia. Y'all, early voting started in Georgia.
It sure did. And yesterday, yes, it started yesterday. Oh, and William Barr resigned. Shocker. It just shocked the world.
But doesn't it feel a little Sarah Palin-y to quit like 5 weeks before the end? Like at this point, what? Does he just want the holidays without having to pick up the phone calls? What's the point?
He's just going to go dine, eat. I don't know.
Rob said, I keep getting images of Buttigieg in here and clang, clang, clang. If Chaxton doesn't pay that over the loudspeaker every time when he comes home.
That is hysterical. Good one, Rob.
I love that.
And you're going to sing for us at the end of the show, I understand.
I am. I'm going to do a little promo. Y'all stick around. I'm going to sing a little song at the end for Blake and my show this weekend. There was also, and in the middle of the show, I hope you all watched 1, 2, or all of the like big LGBTQ films this weekend. We'll discuss Dashing in December, the Christmas setup, and the prom a little later. So gather your thoughts. We didn't talk
Emerson, if we had just planned this out just a little bit more, obviously we don't because the fiasco that started the show today, but we could have done like they used to on those talk shows. He goes, we've got Emerson Collins here today. I don't know if I can get him to sing, but would you entertain us with your vocals?
Don't make me sing. Oh, and
Emerson, please.
Also, we didn't talk about this, but I did want to shout out our very good friend Dennis Hensley, who's done a bunch of interviews for us for promoting our various projects. He does an amazing parody fun show of the Mismatch game that benefits the LA LGBT Center. He's been doing it literally for a decade. He's raised so much money for our center here, and they're doing a special show on Saturday night. It's $15 on Zoom, a Zoom mismatch game. Nadia Ginsburg, Jackie Beat, a bunch of his regular favorites. So, y'all grab a ticket and go support them. He said, full honesty, they always sell out their shows when they're live. They sell them out instantly. But there may be a little Zoom fatigue happening. And I can tell you, if you're sitting home on Saturday, this is a wonderfully hilarious adventure, and you will not want to miss it. So get to a ticket, lgbtcenter.org/theater. Go support it, and I promise you won't regret it. And
I'm going to go. I love Dennis Hensley. He's been very good to us.
I will not be there. I'll be honest. I got a show the next day on my birthday, so I'll probably be working.
Yeah, we got big birthday coming up. Yeah.
Oh. Well, all right, y'all. We appreciate you sticking with us through our technical difficulties. Look, y'all, that's what makes it fun. It's like when they crack up on SNL. That's us. We just don't understand the computer.
I don't know what happened. I still don't know.
All right. Well, shall we get on to the news and the nonsense? Prior to the Electoral College this weekend confirming that Biden had indeed won this election repeatedly for the last and final time, hopefully, a whole bunch of people gathered in Washington, D.C. The Proud Boys were out and about, just holding out hope in their hearts, I guess. And this happened. Not that one. Oh no.
This is a disaster. I cannot believe that I have loaned my name to this fiasco.
I know, it's true, because I've been riding them coattails. Okay, the Proud Boys, during their march, I just wanted to make sure that it was there before I try to share this. A bunch of them were wearing kilts, I guess. Nope, it does not want to show. Screw it. That's it. What was it that Bill O'Reilly said that one time? We'll do it live. We'll do it live. I can't get to it. Just do that next one, because I have that.
All right. Okay. Well, Lady MAGA is a far right drag queen, and she joined the Pride Boys over the weekend and spoke to support them. Conservative writer John Miller posted a video of people shouting "shame," and it wasn't Evelyn Champagne King's version, as she spoke and wrote, "Transgender Lady MAGA shamed at Trump rally. America still has patriots willing to draw a line somewhere. She is not trans. She's a drag queen." So here we go. This is the video. She tweeted that coverage of the shame chanting.
Wait, let me play the video. Yeah, did you get to that spot?
Yeah, I got to that spot. Sometimes you want me to talk through the video. We need to rehearse, I guess.
Well, I'm the one who writes the stories and is prepared. So you could just say hush and say hit play when it's time
to play. Hit play. Oh. Yeah, Evelyn Champagne King's version was much better.
I just felt like it was very important that we understand the audio. It was very Game of Thrones, as she was trying.
It was very much. Well, she tweeted that coverage of the shame chanting was irresponsible journalism because she believes it was the Groyper Army, the Groper Army, Groyper.
See, at the beginning of the show, you can also ask how to pronounce words you hadn't seen.
I would ask a lot more things if I could just get into the show.
See, we meet at 10 till, and you've been rolling in 2 or 3 minutes till.
Oh my God, Emerson. Okay, so it's a loose group of white nationalists, not the Proud Boys, who were chanting. She tweeted, Proud Boys had nothing to do with Tiny Tim, Nick Fuentes, and his small group of groypers. The obnoxious haters are not a reflection of us, she said. Lady MAGA is a drag persona of Ryan Woods. He recently posted a video about a school flying the pride flag and a Black Lives Matter flag, saying, "I'm gay, but I don't think that a rainbow flag is an appropriate flag to fly outside of an American elementary school." He added that the rainbow flag is leftist political radicalism. Fuck him. Fuck her. Fuck Lady MAGA.
It's so interesting though, because and y'all, I'm glad that everyone is thoroughly entertained by our nonsense today. But it's sort of funny watching them scream shame at her, but also it's the point we've been trying to make for so long with these people, right? Like, they don't really want you. They wanted your votes, but this is them revealing who they are. And she's trying to split hairs and say like, oh, that's one group, but not most of MAGA who love me and support me and want me here. Like, why are you so desperate to be included with a group of people who don't want you? I mean,
here's the deal. I feel like the big shame is that she is trying to represent us in a very horrible way. That's the big shame of it. So I just have no use for her or any of those Trump loving Republican gays.
Well, and it also feels like just for attention. It's like, it's so, if you're a liberal person saying, hey, vote for people that want to help LGBTQ people and our issues and support, poor people and immigrants and all of these various things, you're one of many, many people in our community, which is the goal and which is good. But if you're only doing it for attention, an easy way to get attention is to take the opposite position because you're one of the only people standing over there. And if you
it's
don't
like
care,
like that one that did the Cyndi Lauper song, that little asshole.
Yes, Brandon Straka. Well, they talk to each other all the time. Her first big video was a walk away campaign video. So
well, good. Let them walk away. Just walk away.
I think I got this video. Here's the other one. Does it show up? Okay. See, we're back on track, y'all. It's the funny thing is, y'all, I can give Della a hard time all I want, but since I'm the one in charge of all of this, when something goes wrong, there's no one to blame but me. A bunch of Proud Boys wrote on their butts, fuck Antifa, and then mooned everyone to, I guess, own the libs. I will never understand like aggressive straight guys into mooning because it's always inherently homoerotic. You're exposing yourself, you're practically winking the brown eye, saying, come on over. I'm
not coming over to any of those asses.
Well, no, I mean, that's the, all those straight guys who are like, oh no, drop this. Nobody wants you. I promise, nobody wants you.
No, that's what I told that. Go ahead.
Yes. No, yeah. The interesting what?
No, I just said I once told a straight guy in a Nashville audience who was being very homophobic in my audience. I said, you know what? We don't fear us. We don't want you. There's nobody that you're not attractive enough. We don't want you.
Yeah. I once told a very good friend who said, if I were gay, I'd be into you. And I said, if you were gay, you wouldn't be hot enough for me. And he got so offended. And I said, now you don't get to be offended at my theoretical rejection of your not actually homosexual self. His feelings were so hurt. And I was like, this is not real. That's why I said it. Don't just assume that we'd be grateful to have you.
No, if I were gay, Dale Shores would be the one. Oh, I've had people tell me that before, but I'm kind of flattered with that. I'll go, oh, really? I just take any compliment I can these days. Oh, you would?
Yes. As Donnie said, there's plenty of us gay guys. We don't need to recruit.
There you go. Thank you. Thank you.
Those yellow kilts were made by Varillas, an online store, and they were horrified to see the Proud Boys in their ridiculous extremist right wearing their kilts because it is a pro-LGBT company that sells kilts in rainbow, trans pride, and bi pride colors. They tweeted, disgusted to see members of a fascist terrorist organization wearing our products. We are LGBTQIA owned and operated, designed and lived. We're against everything they stand for. I see $750 of our gear in that picture, and I just gave $1,000 to the NAACP to redirect hate to love. EERILLAS. If you want to look them up and get you a modern sort of kilt thing, I just loved that. They saw it so quick and were like, we are not being attached to that.
Well, that's always so interesting to me, Emerson. We talked about Facebook earlier, but like I have this one cousin in Abilene or Clyde, Texas, somewhere there, and he's always putting memes up of like George Clooney or some very liberal person, and yet he is so anti everything that we are. And it's and Hollywood's this and it's, but he's still quoting with these memes or Matthew McConaughey. And I'm going, aren't you? I'm pretty sure that Matthew McConaughey did not vote for Trump. Well, maybe he did. I don't know, but just bugs me. No, I don't think so.
Well, it's the irony of that's why they're always like, just shut up and act or sing or whatever, because like entirely too many people that work in the arts are liberal because the arts are about exploring humanity and how we engage and interact with each other. And it's hard and it's impossible to me not to bring that also into your politics. So
yeah, absolutely. Like we don't have the right. We do.
Quick, great news out of the Supreme Court. I remember we told you like 2 weeks ago about that Box versus Henderson case out of Indiana, where they waited 3 years to rule on this case about the lesbians being both on the birth certificate, and then they sent it to the Supreme Court now that it's real conservative. Well, the Supreme Court turned it down. They refused to hear the case. The vote was unanimous. So the ruling in favor of the parents, those 4 sets of lesbians, will all be on the birth certificate. So all that work they did, hoping to get a bigoted response, did not work. And that's a big
it's not working. It's interesting. It's so interesting. And okay, I can't stand this person, but Tulsi Gabbard, as she's on her way out the door of Congress, has introduced legislation that would ban transgender girls and women from participating in sports as their gender. The bill would amend Title IX to make it illegal for sports programs to permit a person whose biological sex is male to participate in an athletic program or activity that is designated for women or girls. Gabbard's bill does not define biological sex or say how it will be determined, whether by DNA tests, genital exams, or other possible measures, leaving it up to the state and local sports governing bodies to develop their own systems to ensure that they are in compliance with federal legislations. Gabbard said Title IX is being weakened by some states who are misinterpreting Title IX, creating uncertainty, undue hardship, and the lost opportunities for female athletes. Our legislation protects Title IX's original intent, which was based on the general biological distinction between men and women athletes based on sex. Back in September, bigot Kelly Loeffler introduced a similar bill in the Senate that required state and local athletes organizations to determine a student athlete's reproductive biology and genetics at birth. Loeffler's office denied that she supported genital and DNA exams for women in sports. So
it's just so frustrating and exhausting. And Tulsi, who ran as a Democrat and had to deal with all those years of that cult she grew up in and the conversion therapy stuff and the homophobia stuff, that she was like, no, that's really not me. And here she is on the way out the door attacking trans people and trans youth and trans
What the fuck is she going to do? Sell white suits? I mean, what is she going to do now?
I think she's just going to turn around and be a Republican. She's going to start going on. I bet she follows that Rick Santorum path and she starts being a talking head as like a moderate or some bullshit.
I am so tired of him. I am tired of him on CNN. I just want to scream every time he comes on.
Yep.
I mean, CNN, take him off.
I don't watch anymore. I don't watch any of them. I read the news on my telephone, read the stories. I don't watch. It just all makes me too crazy. I just don't need that in my festive holiday season.
Crazier.
Yeah. I just, look, these pills.
You've been pilling?
Yeah, I told you, these pills I got me this summer, you know, they're designed to support, but I got to do some of the work too. A difficult stimulus. They just sit right here on
some of them depression pills. You got you some. Hey, Emerson, maybe I should get on them some of them. I need me some of them depression pills.
Well, I wasn't going to say anything, but now that you bring it, you do not need depression pills. Mine are anxiety mostly.
Shoot! I got to prepare. That reminds me, I have a prescription to pick up.
Get it? It just look, it's like festive at Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use this as a maraca in the show on Saturday. Jingle pills, jingle pills, jingle up. Anyway, it's my turn. I got
Yes, it's your turn.
This was a really fun. We talk often about how the bisexual people are one of the largest parts of our community, but it's much harder representation to find in culture. And so Cody Lawrence was recently a contestant on Jeopardy in one of the very last episodes hosted by Alex Trebek. And he used that moment to represent and wore a bisexual pride flag pin on his lapel. Can y'all see it? Right there.
Yeah.
With his big sweet grin on his face. He wrote a big post afterward the episode aired saying, "I had an ephemeral platform for the evening, and I find we can use all the visibility we can get because bi-erasure is a real phenomenon. Erasure is still a major problem both outside and notably within the LGBTQ plus space. I wore my pin on Jeopardy because it's a powerful symbol to show you that we exist. We exist." And it was just a really lovely moment of like, a matter of fact, here I am, and this is who I am. And he follows in the footsteps. In 2019, John Presloyd answered a question about why he didn't bet big on a daily double by saying, "My husband would kill me," just nonchalantly dropping it into conversation. And in 2015, you probably saw the viral clip at one point of writer and comedian Louis Virtel and his big snap circle seen around the Jeopardy world. But this was great, and we got really fun news about him today.
Yeah, it was like when we put out the word that we were doing this show and Cody Lawrence was on it. Caroline, my daughter, Caroline reminded me that she went to grade school and he was in her class. Cody Lawrence was in her class. She actually reached out to him and told him that we were doing the show. And he said, please tell your dad hi. So that he used to go to play dates and stuff. So,
and it's also wonderful, to remind people, that it's like you come out, right? But visibility means often coming out over and over and over again at lots of ages. Every time somebody asks, every time you shop for something that's for you and a wife, husband, partner, and to see people think about the opportunities they have, that he thought about, I have this opportunity and what's a way that I can be myself and represent for people like me. And I just love that. Simple and smart and visible. All the applause, Cody.
When I'm going out in public, I'm going to start saying, if my ex-husband and I were still together, maybe that's a way I could drop it, just at Hobby Lobby and shit.
And just any store, right? You just be at Sprouts. My ex-husband and I used to make salads all the time with kale, but I've really moved on in this new phase of my life to arugula.
Because we used to fight over kale.
I just can't look at kale anymore. Please start doing that at stores where it's inappropriate, like at FedEx. I am not overnighting this to my ex-husband because, that's just not, he can do snail mail, but this is for my daughter. And so that.
I will send all those pictures that I cut him out of.
The Ex-Husband Chronicles. Carrie's here. She said, yay, Cody. He was in her elementary school class.
Yes, he was. So, all right. Well, here we go. We got a TikTok story. This story is a whole film in 60 seconds, and I loved watching it. TikToker Zephron and his older sister, who is bi, were kicked out of the house as teenagers when they came out of the closet to their father. He made a TikTok sharing the bombshell story that has been liked almost 3 million times with more than 36,000 comments to the tune of Lady Gaga's Bad Romance. The story on screen, as Bad Romance is playing, it says, my sister at 16 coming out as bi and getting kicked out by my homophobic father. Me being born 16 years later, being raised to be anything but gay by my father. Me coming out at 15 and getting kicked out by a homophobic father and sleeping in the street for 2 days because my parents were divorced and no way to tell my mom. My dad starting a new job and giving his old laptop to my nephew by leaving his Craigslist and email logged into. So my sisters did some investigating. Here's where the story takes a little turn, a little twist, as we say in the biz. A little. My dad selling himself for gay sex on back pages of Craigslist and getting money PayPal to him and finding years of cheating with men. Having someone on Grindr send me pictures of an orgy with my dad's picture as one of the participants. My sisters and I putting all the evidence in Christmas stockings for the entire family on Christmas morning 2017. And you can see the TikTok at this address. Or is that for me?
That's for you.
I saw it.
Y'all, this 1 minute story, short film from this man had more twists and turns. Homophobic dad got kicked out of the house, slept on the streets for 2 days because they didn't get a hold of their mother. His dad gives away the laptop. It's still logged into Craigslist, and they find that his dad has been selling himself on the back pages and Craigslist. And then somebody else sent him pictures of his father at an orgy on Grindr. Now, if you are going often enough for people to just have those photos in their files, it is practically a full-time job. And look, no judgment on selling yourself wherever you sex work, get your life. But the homophobia that you directed at your children.
But the best is putting all the information in stockings. For the entire
him writing these stories? I hope it was like in calligraphy. Dear Meemaw. So, haven't talked much. Just wanted to update you on Dad's life journey.
And then the picture and them circling the dad and the orgy.
You might not recognize him from this perspective, but that is Dad.
Merry Christmas.
I have follow-up questions, and I went to look, and he's talked about some of it further, but I need to know, did they like stick these in the stockings and run, or were they sitting there as everyone just casually read through the Reader's Digest of their dad's adventures in selling himself on the internet?
A little, or maybe they sent them in the mail like I do, a little stocking stuffer for you.
Dad was the stocking that got stuffed.
He got his stocking really. He stuffed his stocking. His stocking got stuffed.
I mean, from the sound of it, he was practically a puppet.
Yes. Well.
And seriously though, I can't imagine the pain for these kids. I mean, this story is really funny, but like to feel that level of rejection and then find that level of hypocrisy from the parent that rejected you. Yeah. It's like if your parents are bigots and they're at least consistent bigots, that's one thing. But to feel all of that, and then he is also like you, separate from obviously his own self-hatred, the pain of that. Mm-hmm. So I hope he and his sister are doing well without Dad.
Yes. Me too.
Well, all right, y'all. Oh, we made it to the middle. Were y'all worried that were we ever going to get here?
Did you think I was going to storm off the show?
Oh my gosh. If you stormed off the set, that would have been so good. Just like, I can't work under these conditions.
Okay, that's it. Wait, let me recreate. Okay.
Look. Dale. All you have to do is talk when you're on camera. All right, y'all.
Hurt.
It just hurt my heart. But genuinely, discussion time, y'all. Tell us, did you watch the Christmas setup, Dashing in December, or the prom this weekend? What did you think? Share thoughts. And as you do, we will do some. Let's start with, shall we? Which one do you want to start with?
Well, we start with the Christmas setup. I mean, it's the first on our list. I saw it first. I saw it with Matt Hayes the other night. And
if you didn't see it, the Christmas setup stars real life husbands, Blake Lee and Ben Lewis. These two gentlemen married in real life. And of course, Fran Drescher. What did you and Matt Hayes think?
Well, I thought Fran was the best thing of it. I thought it was just awful. And awful, but then it's just like you could not stop watching it. And I mean, the production value was bad. It's like they just rolled out some bad snow, and then I just didn't love that one. And I have good stuff to say about the other ones. So,
really,
yeah. So we're gonna disagree.
I'm fascinated by this. First of all, do you ever watch any of these? Do you watch any of the Hallmark movies? Any of the Lifetime?
No,
movies?
But this wasn't Hallmark. This was Lifetime.
I know that's that Hallmark movies, Lifetime movies of the week. Do you watch many?
When someone I know is in them, I usually don't gravitate towards them.
I only ask because like this is the production value of all of them. That's why.
But I did love Fran. I mean, I love Fran, and I did love her in it. I did not love that movie at all.
That's so interesting to me.
And you loved it?
Yeah, I thought I was like, this to me means something that you got two actually gay men to do this, because part of the problem with this genre of movie is often like wooden dialogue against sets that are low budget, because they are movies of the week. They're not big theatrical releases. And I thought the two of them were beyond charming. Like the entire innuendo joke section of getting that Christmas tree into the house and will it fit and what do we have to, like, they made all of that work, while Fran just laughed in the background, like being a sweet, like matchmaking mother. Yeah, I thought they were charming. That's so interesting to me.
Maybe it was my mood. I don't know.
Oh, no, you don't have to.
I didn't love it.
Hold on, let's see what other people said about this one. John said, I couldn't find setup. Well, it was on Lifetime. And I'm sure they'll re-show it. It will be an annual thing. Ken said, Fran's movie was cute. And Ken just pointed out, and this is true, in the Christmas setup, the straight brother is gay in real life. So they had gays playing gays and gays playing straights. And I feel like we should see him in a minute because he was very handsome. Let's see. Jim said, Christmas setup was good. To find a man that looks at me like Patrick looked at Hugo.
Oh.
Leanne said the Christmas setup was amazing. I loved Fran as the mother. I mean, you cannot go wrong. Like,
No,
she was Fran Drescher to be their mother, right?
Looks like I stand alone. Looks like I stand alone. I thought the brother, I thought the couple were okay. We're good. I thought their acting was good. I thought the brother was weak, but that's just me with acting.
I also appreciated though that in this one, because it was finally about the gays, like the brother didn't have a lot of character because
Right.
it wasn't his story. So it was like, oh, by the way, I'm here, but y'all need to see this is who played the brother, who ends up the best friend.
He was lovely to look at.
And he's gay in real life. So look, they let us play straight parts sometimes too.
Well, look at you. I let you play. Well, you were bisexual.
I was about to say I got halfway there. Eric said, I liked how it's exactly what Lifetime movies are. And that is sort of my actual response to it is, this genre of movie, earnest movie making on, not big budgets because they put out lots of them all year. We should get to have our own versions of those movies, and they should be good to the people who like that kind of movie. It is also fine for it to not be a genre that people enjoy. Steven said the Christmas setup was my favorite of the two. Well, now, Dashing in December, you liked that one better. What'd you think?
I saw that one this afternoon, actually, and I liked it. I did like it better. The lead, Peter Port, I guess is his name, started out, I thought, very mediocre in performance, and he grew on me. I thought the other guy, Juan Pablo de Pache, I thought he was fantastic. And, Andy McDowell, I love her for years, and so it was good to see her back. And and we had our friend Catherine Bayless in it, so I really enjoyed it.
I screamed when Catherine's name showed up in the credits because I didn't know. And I asked her, Jake Helgren, who wrote and directed Dashing in December, he's big in the movie of the week now. He started as a writer, then he started directing, and now he's making 3-4 a year. And I'm sure it was a passion project as a gay man to make this film. And this was the third of his films that Catherine has been in.
Yeah.
She's made a bunch with him.
Yeah, he loves her. And I knew she had done this. Had green leaves on the aspen tree.
Well, yeah, since you got to shoot those Christmas movies out of season, they were in Utah, I believe. But you can only put so much snow on the nearby trees, and then you just got to deal with it.
I tell you what was hard for that movie is they made the lead character at the beginning almost unredeemable, where you could not like him. And then finally there was a transition where you could, but it was really hard almost to believe that there could be that much of a transition in character.
Part of what I liked about it, that it wasn't like, oh, here's that they went the opposite direction of so many of these movies, that it was like, I don't like you. I thought it was hysterical that Juan Pablo's character was like, your son seems terrible.
Yeah.
And then you get the story that he's been paying for everything. And so he's the busy city boy, and there's a heart underneath there. And all the way to the point where he says, I don't think I'm good enough for him. And Andy McDowell said, yes, you are.
Here, there. Mama, go with that other guy. You've been, there's a lot of other relationships that are happening within the formula for those as well.
Yeah.
I did think the kissing was hot. I did think I love that they didn't back away from it.
Eric said Dashing in December seemed to have a bigger budget with music and nice underwear. I mean, that reindeer underwear, they both had festive holiday underwear. So if you didn't know they were gay before.
And they had to afford that Casey Musgraves song. So, there was a
moment in the gazebo though, and then they had the little date with the projector.
That was sweet. See, I liked all that. I guess I was just in a mood.
No, it is fine. We do not all have to like everything, but I will tell you, both as an audience member and also as a gay actor, it was thrilling to see across both movies all 4 roles played by out gay men who are actors who work in our industry. Not because it makes them better inherently, but there is something really lovely about seeing people that lean into those moments, know what the little touches mean, have experienced it, and that they're getting the opportunity. So For all four
I mean,
of them, I applaud.
I agree with you, Emerson. I was thinking about that, and I was thinking, like, there was this one moment where Juan Pablo's character actually took the back of his neck and then just stroked his hair, and I was thinking, I wonder if that would have been with a couple of straight actors, or the director may have said do that, but it just felt so sweet and organic.
Yeah,
and no hesitancy.
I definitely think anybody can play any role well. There are bad gay actors, there are bad straight actors, there are bad roles, there are bad, but I love seeing the four of them get the opportunity. All four of these handsome men. I mean, Juan Pablo, that's been doing a bunch of stuff, was on Fuller House. Peter Ports has been in a whole bunch of Hallmark movies playing straight guys because he's handsome, like Clark Kent Superman, handsome.
Yeah, he sure is. He's a very good looking guy.
And I watched an interview where he said he campaigned for this role for this movie. I think as a gay actor, getting to play in the first gay life, in these first gay holiday movies is great. And then every season, there'll be more and more, and we won't have to watch them if we don't want to, because they won't be the first ones.
And we haven't covered the prom. Shall we?
Yeah, and the prom. Everybody, what y'all think of the prom?
I still am. It's taken me 3 viewings to get through the prom. So I've got 35 minutes left.
I will say that I love that the story of the prom exists. I am sad that I didn't get to see the Broadway show. There's a big. Did you get to the last prom yet? You're not there yet.
No, not the last one. I'm at 35 minutes before the end. The girls. She just broke up with the girl.
Got it.
Yeah.
Well, spoiler alert, they have a prom that everybody gets to go to. But she makes a video that she plays on the internet about being herself, and like the shots of all these other queer kids, and then all the queer kids really getting to go into the prom. I really, really loved that. And thinking about how traumatic this adventure has been for so many LGBTQ people to get to a prom that for other kids is just a regular rite of passage. I thought that sweet and simple aspect of it was really lovely.
Yeah, it was. There was a lot of crying, with everybody. Everybody seemed to have a real nice cry scene. You can't help but love James Corden. I mean, and you didn't love him.
I did not.
I thought he was sweet, and I don't know.
There's a really big outside conversation though happening about him in this. Have you seen any of that?
No, I have not. That he played a gay guy?
Yeah. Because, and like we've talked a lot about like representation and gay people and queer people getting more opportunities. But there's a little bit, for a lot of people, there's not a lot of roles, right? For big, queenie gay guys. So it's different. It's not the same as other kinds of roles. This is one of the only representation. And the Broadway guy, Brooks, has been brilliant in so many shows, and I think people are disappointed that he didn't get the chance, or that an actual LGBTQ person. I mean, we all know Ryan Murphy's worked extremely hard in front of and behind the camera to welcome and support our community. But I wasn't as bothered as other people. Why? I'm just kidding. But I do understand why, like, the fat musical theater queens that I know are like, we don't get, what do they wait for? Edna Turnblad? It's like there's not a lot, and to see like a straight guy do it fine is, I think, hard for a part of our community that, I'm not in. That's all. Yeah.
But do we go to the place if we're having such a problem with that we are upset that that Chad Cornell was gay playing straight? I mean, we don't. Who? Well, the straight brother, Chad Cornell, in the Christmas setup.
Now you can't go all the way to that other side, because the whole point is we wouldn't have to care about playing our roles if we got cast as a lot of straight roles, right? Like,
sure, well, fair. I
mean, that's sort of the point of the representation discussion, right? One, how well do you do it? I feel like that becomes the big piece of it, right? Were
the girls
yes
out? Both of the girls? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Good.
Good. And the other piece being,
and Andrew Reynolds,
that big vocal in his big number. If you knock it out of the park, people don't seem to be that bothered by Timothée Chalamet and Call Me by Your Name. This is certainly not an issue where anybody's very consistent on it, right? Like, right. We're not all like 100%. and it's also worth hearing though from people in our community that are bothered specifically by this. Eric said there's no reason for Corden to get that part. Streep and Kidman were big enough draws. They could have given the star from Broadway.
Yeah, I don't think it brought any more audience. I agree with him. I think
in that, it's a wonderful musical about a bunch of queer kids just wanting to have the same high school experience as everybody else gets to have. So you should check it out, because the more we show up for our stories, the more stories there are. And the more opportunities we get, the less we have to worry about who's playing what. And that's the real point, y'all, of this whole conversation, is making sure that LGBTQ performers are getting the full breadth of opportunities, and then we don't have to care about who's playing the fewer roles that exist for our community. Right? That's the real point.
Absolutely. Well, we are way off time-wise. What you tell me what we should do, story-wise.
Let's skip all that international stuff, yeah? Wait,
okay.
let's make sure, because this was a good at least real stuff is sometimes more fun than all that news.
Yeah, I agree.
Eric said, I cried watching the prom, but I think it's because my meds are getting changed. Hey.
Yeah, well.
Rob said, I will watch it after this tonight. And there is this. Jim, I thought James Corden did a good job. He showed more depth than I thought him capable of. And realistically, y'all, we all bring so much to these complicated discussions about art and representation and opportunity. We all bring in, whether we do or don't already like somebody, whether we care or don't care. It's, but it's worth talking about, right? No one's saying set James Corden on fire or anything.
Right.
Well,
I saw him on Broadway in One Man, Two Governors, and he was amazing. I mean, crazy, brilliant work. And that was the first I'd ever heard of him when I saw him do that on Broadway.
And I feel like that's a really good point. We bring a lot of what we know of other people's work to new work, right? We're all inevitably inclined to like work from people we already like. And that's just the nature of enjoying and consuming art. One little quick fun thing as we move along. Whatever. This has been a nonsense show, and I'm loving it. It's just a different variety. Yeah, we're just giving you different content today.
Yes.
Did any of y'all see Disney's giant epic dump of new content that they're putting out for the next 4 years? That will literally, there's so much Star Wars, Marvel, and Disney animated properties coming that you could just watch Disney Plus and nothing else and feel like you had full cable. But the one that directly relates to us and our news is that they are making a prequel of Beauty and the Beast for LeFou and Gaston. Now, based on the live action with Josh Gad playing LeFou along with Luke Evans as Gaston. And since Bill Condon made it very clear at the end of that movie that LeFou is a homosexual, we might, this is just rumor, there's no truth to this yet, but we could get some Disney early homosexual winks, nods, or even a lusting moment from Josh Gad. That'd be very exciting.
Yes, well, that absolutely. I didn't know about any of this until I got the outline.
At our house, we're very excited about the Tiana series for Mcconaughey Rose. But they are putting out literally like a whole universes of Star Wars content and various things. Disney said we are coming for streaming as a network.
Well,
I put in this next story because I know how much you love them.
The bone, the bone.
I know how much you love telling stories about what's happening to older homosexuals, so I put this one in special for you.
You just did that so I could talk about, my shoulders or something.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's it. Okay, a new study found that gay men are at higher risk of poor bone health compared to straight men. It's just the same as a lot of more gays have left-handed, while lesbians and bisexual people have about the same bone health as straight people. This is a so silly story, but it basically, they feel like that it's not about the sexual orientation, but it's about our lifestyle. Finally, it's about the lifestyle, and you get very bad bone if you have a domineering mother. No, I'm kidding.
If you were very close with your nana, You're gonna have bad bone health.
Your bones will just go to shit if you were close to your nana and your mother was domineering. I'm making that all up. I'm just kidding. It basically says that because we smoke more and we drink more, and that causes bone density, and also that we are with our bone health. It's also because we're depressed and on pills. So this is basically the reason we have bad bones is we are fucked up, y'all. We are fucked up people. So
that explains why they always use Sally Field for those Boniva commercials. So we'd pay attention.
So at this point, I feel like that we need a song. We need a song to bring us up.
I just enjoy that they keep doing all these studies that just say if you're an older homosexual, you're just fucked and not.
You're just, I mean, it's like they canceled my third shoulder shot.
Because of COVID, or they give up?
They closed the office. They had to get one week. They had to. I guess someone tested positive or something in their office, so they shut it down. And I'm like all upset. But I need my shot. Is it Is it going to affect my treatment? They go, oh no, it's not going to affect it.
Like no. Also, so we got bad bones. A couple weeks ago, we had mental health problems, and Rob figured out why we have bad knees. Oh wait. Gay men have bad knees because they're on their knees a lot, you know.
No, that's true. Just pray. We pray.
What a bless our hearts. Oh wait, and then I did have a fun. This showed up on my Instagram. This next story is why I'm gonna tell it anyway. I am not a gamer, Gamer or Gaymer, but there is a new video game out called Cyberpunk 2077. You follow a mercenary in a dystopian future. But it's an open world game, y'all gamers know, which means you can sort of decide what you want to do when, and you build your character. Well, this particular game lets you build in great detail. I mean, you get to decide what the genitals look like, what size they are, the pubic hairstyle. I mean, I don't feel like you're whipping out your dick a lot in the video game, so I guess it's just psychologically so you know what's going on in your pants. But like in addition to all the other things you get to decide about your character, you get to do the genital size. And I like that. Yeah,
I like that pubic hair style. I'd like an updo.
Be like, would you like an updo, a Brazilian, a Marcan, or bald?
Bald.
I'm not sure what the choices are. But someone on my Instagram posted they were playing the game and it showed all the different penis sizes. I believe they were all uncut, if I remember correctly, but different sizes. And I just thought, I wonder if anybody thought to play the game and they were like, you know what? I'm gonna carry a big gun and have a micro penis, just to be authentic.
Well, that would
be like, I want a thumb dick and an Uzi. No,
like a Corvette. A Corvette.
Rob said, "Do you get to choose one's bone density in that video game?" Like, I feel like that's probably not as important selection.
No, but you do get to choose the boner density.
Oh, yep. Like, are you a lean down person, a little floppy? Are you a straight up, just can't hold?
Do you curve to the right or to the left?
Does it veer? Does it linger to the left? And I just thought, well, good for the gamers. Oh, wait. And the important piece of that story was, in addition to that, it allows players to have gay sex during the game. Like, there is a full-on side quest at one point where you made up with a male hooker for some time together.
Oh.
Yeah. So video games providing all of the outlets. Well, you know, in the dystopian future, once you blow some people away, I assume you need to blow off a little steam. And there are choices for us. How's everyone doing today? Oh, you know what I should do? That commercial I didn't do in the middle because I felt like we hadn't earned it.
You didn't think we earned any money today? Okay,
no, that's good. I didn't earn a tip, but I'm going to set up to sing y'all a little song. But in the meantime, if you did enjoy today's non-sensory, the opening technical difficulties, the longer discussion, and a little deeper dive You can tip on Venmo to @EmersonCollins or on PayPal to beardcollinshoresproductions@gmail.com. It's in the ticker below. I literally don't. It's Tuesday, right? It's Tuesday. Okay, good.
It is Tuesday.
I had to think about it. I didn't know. I'm gonna get set up for my little performance. Y'all have any questions for Dale while I rearrange my set and get my stage manager to work?
How much time is it? What do I need to do? Do I need to vamp a little bit? Y'all
now y'all say a little prayer because I gotta plug in this microphone, and earlier my computer shut down when I turned it on.
Oh, okay. Yes, I hope that does not happen because then y'all are stuck with me and you do not want to hear me sing.
Yes, we do. You can lead us in a round of hymns.
I can do a good silent night, but don't make me do Oh Holy Night. I need something with a little lower register. Silent night. So Rob, I'm so sorry you're depressed. He says in the room that he's depressed. I'm sorry. Maybe Emerson's song will give you a little uplifting, and thank you for the belated birthday.
Can hear me.
Emerson. I can hear you just fine.
Not if you can hear me, because I can't hear you. Remember? Oh, there we go. Thank you. Oh, okay. Well, everybody say a little prayer. This is a preview of one of my solos from Have Yourself a Merry Little Lockdown that we are doing on Sunday nights. And I appreciate your thoughts and prayers for all the technical challenges. All right, I'm going to mute Delford and take the stage. Hit. Greeting cards have all been sent. The Christmas rush is through, but I still have one wish to make, a special one for you. Merry Christmas, darling. We're apart, that's true, but I can dream, and in my dreams I'm Christmasing with you. The holidays are joyful. There's always something new, but every day's a holiday when I'm near to you. Oh, the lights on my tree, I wish you could see. I wish it every day. The logs on the fire fill me with desire to see you and to say that I wish you Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year too. I've just one wish on this Christmas Eve. I wish I were with you. Oh, the lights on my tree, I wish you could see, and I wish it every day. The logs on the fire fill me with desire to see you and to say that I wish you Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year too. I've just one wish on this Christmas Eve. I wish I were with you. I wish I were with you. Blake has the crap in the background. Oh, so now you can talk again. I'm going to unplug and hope that it doesn't shut everything down again.
Okay, well, if it does, we had a great show. We had a weird show, but I always like being with you guys, and it didn't shut down. Maybe There we go. See, we had technical difficulties before the show even started. So anyway, I am not hearing you, Emerson. I don't think you're coming through.
Oh, do you hear me now?
Oh, yes. I thought I was having to go solo.
Things about me.
That's beautiful. That was beautiful, Emerson. Thank you for sharing that lovely thought.
That is one of my very, very favorite Christmas songs. And Blake and I are doing all or pieces of some 36 different songs on Sunday. I know some of you have bought your tickets. And
I love that picture.
Thank you. You know, it's our week of show promo. You got to change the graphics, get people entertained. So yes, you can get your tickets. Please do. I'm very excited. We've been working on it for weeks and weeks, and we have some fun and funny and some touching, and we're even doing a little sing-along. All the different things you could want from a Christmas holiday show. I'm putting the link in the chat.
Yes, y'all buy your tickets. Buy your tickets to see these boys. They're all right if you like talent.
Said, not bad, Emerson, if you considered performing on stage. Maybe, if it's either this or OnlyFans. So those are my choices.
Well, you better hurry. That's
all I have to hurry.
You got about a year left on that window.
See, if y'all ever worry about me hurting Dell's feelings about technology, don't worry that he gets as good as he gets. He basically said this birthday on Sunday, I put the show on my birthday so y'all would feel guilty and buy tickets to come spend the
yes.
And Carrie also agrees. No OnlyFans.
No OnlyFans. No.
Y'all know I post all that thirsty. Look, you can see the head of my penis pictures on Instagram. It's so that people will see when we're doing shows and when we have movies out and when we do this radio show. That's the reason I post that shit. It's not because I have a burning desire to be an OnlyFans star.
Well, and I don't post it to spare you guys. I look better in clothes these days. That's all I'm saying.
You look great, and it's funny, sort of serious, because I get crap from my friends for like the Speedo pictures that I post, but I also get letters all the time for people who saying you talking about how you felt weird being skinny, and then now you wear Speedos because you love them and you don't care, has made me feel the same way about going to the pool and the beach. And like, y'all, all of our bodies are what they are, and you should wear a full-length caftan and tie it like a turtleneck if that's how you feel most comfortable. But if you feel comfortable real close to naked, you should do that too. It's not about you need to do it how I do it, but don't not do something because you're worried about other people seeing it.
I have never given you shit over any of those pictures.
Oh no, you are supportive of all people in all expressions. Except when you give me a hard time.
That was just joking.
That was just
joshing with you. All right. Well, I think we've come to the end of this.
Yeah, we limped along to the end. Y'all had to stick it out because we promised you that song. And this is I will say this. Carrie Short, very straight fiance, loves my Instagram, and it's one of my favorite compliments.
Oh. Emerson, you were saying we limped along with this show. This show was sort of like, have you ever been and you're going, oh my God, is this sex ever going to be over? Come on, just come already.
I know, like it takes me a while. They're like, no, and you're like, no, let me rush you along. It's fine. You're like, this was a bad. Yes. Well, we are grateful to all of you who do always tune in. In all seriousness, we have a great time. We do love doing this. It is a highlight. I spend hours working on these stories because I really love hanging out with you all. And it is a very regular group of people that tunes in, and we are really grateful for all of you always showing up. And I know some of y'all watch later, and we are grateful for y'all too.
Yes, we are. All right. Thank you guys for watching us today. We had fun. I hope you did too. And y'all continue to have a good week. Stay safe out there. We will see you on Friday.